Alright, it's time for another backtesting session. On my current funded account, I'm down about 600 so far, but I only need one good trade with 5 micros to get it back up. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Um, I'm gonna skip the 9 o'clock. What do I see? This rejection block, which we already used. We tapped into that. The actual rejection block closest to us. On the 1 hour, the order block. Fair value gap. I'm not gonna mark that out though. I'll just keep it in mind. Uh, is it a low value node? Yes, it is. This is just retapping the CE of this and then heading up. I don't think we're gonna go down that much. I'm gonna see how it reacts in this area, but it is almost 9:30. I'm looking for the CE. The CE may just get tapped and ran through. What time is it? All right, that's the CE. Maybe I should have limited it. Who knows? Um, it's probably too late, but all right. Hold on. I have to standard deviate this. We're outside of my deviations. I'm gonna use this instead. That's our -4. Uh, I don't. This is a really strong day. I'm just gonna look for a retracement. Actually, let me look at our time frame. I'm not seeing much here. We also have this gap to fill. The rest of that to fill. Fib. I'm gonna limit that right there. All right, the gap is filled. Maybe I could have used this rejection block right here on the 1 minute. Is there one on the 5 minute? What does it look like? Yes, there is. Could have just limited it. Maybe TP, either gap fill. 95 points, who knows? Let's keep going. Actually, now that the gap has been filled, I can probably see some type of reactions. Alright. Interesting. What did I do wrong? We were in a very, very strong uptrend. Maybe it was a bad idea to try to short. Um, I don't know. Could have probably just taken longs instead. Uh, I don't even know. I really don't even know. It is what it is, bro. I'm actually gonna go to the next day. These days, I don't really trade past New York game anyways. That's an accident. That does not count. On the 4 hour for PDRs, this is very strong actually. I'm 90% sure this is gonna be like a free day. Alright, we have this 4 hour rejection block, a 1 hour rejection block inside of it. Just have two of those type of candles. On the 3 minute, Alright, we have all of those. Let's see if there's any standard deviation levels that line up with it. We have 4.5. We're outside the standard deviation. Damn. I can't even use my volume profile for this. We made a really small upwards wick. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say that we're gonna go up here on the 1 hour. Any? Actually, I'm going on the daily. No, there's nothing crazy. 5 minute. Order block. This is a really odd trade, but I do think we're gonna go down into the rejection block. All right, I'll take that. We see we're getting wiki up here. Uh, up. We close above. Maybe we can. Yeah, and we're getting big wicks. We can probably go in for another long. I'm not even gonna lie. All right. On the 4 hour, what do we see? I see this untapped 4 hour fair value gap, and another one above it, and another one above it. This is a BPR as well, and this is also a BPR. On the 1 hour, what do I see? We see this big candle. I could see a sweep of this. Look, I didn't even try liquidity sweeps, right? But we sweep this liquidity technically. Top into this gap, maybe hit the CE. Tap this one too. Head back down lower. I see that happening. Right? 15 minute, nothing. 5 minute. Any order blocks? Any order blocks? Not much, but there's this traditional block. Tiny one. Right? So we have those and then indicator. It's a low value node. Alright, I'm fine taking this. The 20-point stop loss. It's just below the 0.5 of the range. Oh, yikes. Go break even right there. Alright, did it play out? Oh wow. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Alright. We see rejection down here, so I'm assuming that means we're gonna continue the bullish trend. Uh, I'm just gonna do a 20-point stop loss off of that and target that. This isn't my strat, by the way. This is just discretion, at least for this trade. All right. Seems like we're kind of done for the day. So I'm gonna go to the next. Always TradingView had like a button to skip to the next day. Next 9:30. is 9:15. On the 4-hour, what do we see? So we're bearish off of this 4-hour fair value gap that we seem to have a strong reaction off of. I'm assuming I'm not even gonna look at lower time frame yet. We're gonna retrace back up into the 4-hour gap, use a rejection block on the lower time frame, and then head back lower. But let's see. You have this candle right here, which we have a BPR going as well. Once we hit 10, that BPR will be fully formed, right? We have this rejection block, which we tapped it. Maybe we can get another retrace back in. We probably won't, but who knows? On the 1 minute, we're going down here. I'm just gonna. I don't really like need my standard deviation here. This is just what I think is going on. Right, we're gonna use a 20-point stop, and we're gonna target 70 points. Goodness gracious! Yo, that's why you don't get in trades, bro. Near 9:30. That's just what is that? 400 wiped off instantly. Holy. Um, what I think is gonna happen here? We had this massive rejection, even on the hourly. You can see it happening. This looks like a massive bearish candle. But is there a reason why I shouldn't have taken that? Let's see. Uh, there was a low value node right here that was better for shorts. I guess I understand that. If I did use my standard deviation, what do I see? -4. Did that get hit? So we got edged. All right, it's understandable. But this looks like a very bearish stage to start it off. I'm just gonna limit the order block near the CE. I'm gonna target 2,000 points or $2,000. All right. How much was this? It's an 80-point retrace into this lower gap. It seems like we're making no. This isn't considered low resistance liquidity. We're down 500. How much did I lose? Overview. Yo, a trading view needs to work on their the way that the things are. Oh, never mind. Reset it because it's tab. All right. Um. Damn. Can we use this as a retrace? Seems like we cannot. I'm gonna go to the next day. That's the main P area that I want to see hit, and we didn't do much, so I'm just going to go ahead and move ahead. Kill us, yeah. You are lame. 9:15. Cleared off. Alright. I see this unfilled 4-hour and this unfilled 4-hour right below us, right? This. That's all I see. Alright, so we have liquidity sweep right here of something. I don't know what it is, but some type of liquidity sweep, right? And then there's this order block. I can actually see this playing out better. You sweep liquidity, you go down, then go back up. I see that playing out way better personally. But I'm just gonna act. I'm gonna see how price acts around those levels. This day just seems very bearish. Uh, I see us getting down here, maybe around the gaps, and then heading up a crazy amount. But assuming it hold on, holds the trend, I can probably just limit this with a 20-point stop loss, assuming that it doesn't close above because that's our trend. Target down there. We got cooked, and that's why you don't. Yo, that's the second time during this session in which I took a trade very close into New York Open, and I learned why I shouldn't do that. What confluences do we have on a higher time frame? I'm not seeing much. There's this massive 4-hour rejection wick in which we're in the CE of it actually. Um, Or not in the CE. We're out of it now. Uh, there's this fair value gap week on the hourly, right? I have no idea what time it is because it doesn't show it. But there's also this fair value gap, right? Right. What time is it? It's 9:34. We didn't inverse it. Oh, actually, are we gonna close below it? I'm gonna wait till 10 o'clock. Actually, let's see. All right, we ended up inversing it. Rest of the day is definitely gonna be quite bullish. Inverse the 1 hour gap that we had. Right. We swapped that liquidity spot thingy or whatever. For this, we have a 1 hour rejection block inside of a 1 hour fair value gap. Right. So we're gonna standard deviate it from the lows that over here. Do we see anything? No, it actually got left behind, so we're gonna bring it left just a bit more. All right, we have 4.5 right here. 4.5 is after the value area low. Um, I'm thinking this is also a sweep of New York highs, and you have Asia right above 20-point stop. Yeah, all right. It seems like we just barely tapped it at the -4 type of level. This was actually kind of seeable. We had the rejection block. Also, remember, rejection blocks that are near the edges of sessions are very, very, very strong. Way stronger than normal ones. We had the volume profile thingy, not volume profile. Volumetric order blocks, right? If we go back, uh, before that, right? We had our view up coming down, and we had value area high right above. And I wouldn't consider that a low value node. It's too small. It's catchable technically. All right, we're seeing some type of reaction. We failed to break the low. Oh no, we broke the low actually. But what I'm scared of is you see these like massive upwicks even on the move down, right? Showing that buyers or not buyers. No, yeah, buyers. There's still some on the market. If we can inverse this, then I can say, hey, we're still bullish, and I can just inverse and I can just limit a rejection block. All right, we failed to do so. I'm just gonna take a short off this. Man, are you serious? All right. I think when it comes to doing that, I may stop doing that because it almost always results in my loss, right? What else? How else could we have approached this? We take out our OTE. We see 0.618 here, accustomed or accompanied by a low value node, right? Around that area. I don't think we had any like crazy confluences there. Uh, we had this for value gap, right? Maybe that, right? I see that happening right there. Around 618. Take this, limit that, go down. Rejection block. I think I can see longs here, right? We sweep session lows, go into one of these rejection blocks, accompanied by a low value node. With this view up right there too. I see longs. How much am I down? I'm down 320. Yo, I wish TradingView had better like keeping of had better tracking of the your losses, so you could back this properly. But can I even standard deviate that, or is it too big? No, no, no. All right. Outrageous bull move. I have zero clue how you would have caught this. On the 4 hour, I don't see anything. On the 1 hour, I don't see anything. On the 30-minute, I don't see. Never mind. 30-minute, you have this very small order block. Right? Wait, we didn't even tap that. Hold on. Wait, you got it, bro. I don't see a single. Oh, never mind. On the 5-minute, there's this volumetric order block. I guess, bro. Like what? 705. Let's flip it out. Mm, no. Stop loss would have been hit instantly. I'm not gonna take that. Oh, I did take it. Accident. Alright, what do I see? I see we're chopping up. That's our low resistance liquidity. We have a low value, not low value node. Yeah, low value node right here. There's an order block. It's volumetric. We have a decent volume there. We saw a previous rejection, very small one, but nonetheless, it's still a rejection, right? Uh, I'm just gonna take this 450 points, the middle right there. All right. I still see rejections going on. Took a loss on that. No idea what that's about. I'm gonna figure it out. Let's fib this out. And what do I see? I see 618, 705. 705 did not get hit. If you bring it down to here, 705, 79 is 0.79. 0.79, if we standard deviate that, right, what do we see? We see minus 3.25 next to it. Uh, we tap back into something, bro. I had it marked out. We tap back into something, bro. Who knows? Um, yeah, tapped into something. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today's session. I did end up negative. I think if I were to count everything, I'd probably be negative about 800 bucks. Um, Remember on my actual TradeOvate account, I'm down 600 currently. But then again, I only need one solid trade, and I'll be back up probably about 400, targeting 100 points. With 5 micros. But that's our session for today.